Welcome all the students of class 11. This is a special situation. Otherwise, we are going to meet inside the classroom. But we cannot do anything. We have to compile with the situation and we have to continue the class in the online until the school is going to be open. Today, we are going to start with a Python. There is lot of chapters in the book. I think you have collected the book. But we are going to start with the portion which will be in the class 12. So Python is the most important portion. It is a programming language and we are going to start with this one. What are the objectives of today's class? We'll understand how to declare the variable. We'll understand what is the function of the input function. We will understand what is the use of the int function, what is the use of the print function, use of if and use of for. Python is little bit different from C++ and Java. Most of the students, I hope, in the class 11, either from our own school Sharoda Vidya Mandir or from Xavier's, means either the CBSE board or the ICSE board. Those who have done the Java and those who have in the CBSE board, there will be a difference because those who are in the CBSE board, they have done the Python in the class 9 and 10, and those who have in the ICSE board, they will practice the Java, they will give the examination of Java. So obviously there will be little bit of difference, but don't worry about that one. We are able to understand all the things. So I'm going to start with the variable declaration. Here variable declaration is a different. Here you don't have to write the data type. You write the name of the variable and initialize the value. Automatically it will understand that what type of variable it is. So I have declared the two variables over here. One is numeric variable and one is string variable. What is a string? Numeric we understand. It will contain the numeric values. And what is a string variable? String variable contains, string means consecutive characters. It may contain space, it may contain the number, but the number will not be used as an in the calculations. Okay, the string can contain numbers, letters, space. So this is a string, combination of characters. So we have understood what is a string. So what I have done, I have declared a string variable and it is a blank string. What I have done is equal to, I have given the two codes. It means it is a blank. Now I have accept the value. How will I accept the value into the integer variable? Num is equal to int. Then inside the int I have write the input function. Actually input function is used to take the value from the user at the keyboard. But what will going to happen? Input, when input is accepting the value, it is treated everything as a string. Means if it is a number, then also it is a string. If it is a string or character, then no problem is there. But if I am going to use that particular number in the calculations or any other numeric operations, so what I have to do, I have to convert the number with the int function. So what I have written, int, what it will do, it will convert the value that has been taken by the input function into the number. And what input will do, input will accept the value from the user. Now this one string value, no problem is there. We know that one directly input can accept the string value. Now one thing is there, I should inform you that Python has a lot of versions. We are not going to use less than the 3.7. If you have a Linux, fine, or if you are going to download the Python, it is a freeware, easily available. Python.org, from python.org you can download that one. So if you download that one, obviously download the Python 3.7 and onwards. Now what is going to happen? Now we are understand the use of the print function. Print function is used to display the value of a variable or a string or some characters into the on the screen. So what print will do? Print will display the value of a variable or the characters, group of characters or the string into on the screen. And here we don't have any keywords. Mainly the Python is using the function. Now if I run this program, what will going to be happen? The output will be this one. It will accept value, it will accept the numeric value, it will accept the string, and then it will going to be displayed that one. Now we'll understand the use of the if. We know the if. If is a used for decision making statement. If is a decision making statement. Here only one new thing is there. What I have done, I have used a very common program, accept a number and display it is an even and odd. We have done it several times either in Java or in the C++ or in the Python itself. So what I have done, I have declared one variable, integer variable. I accept the value. I think you have already understood what is the use of the int and what is the use of the input over there. Now what I have done, if num modulo 2 is equal to 0. What is the modulo? Modulo is an operator. What it will do? It will return the remainder. If after divided by 2, if the remainder is 0, then print what it is? It is an even number. Else print it is an odd number. Now here one thing I have to say, in the Python there is no concept of brace, no concept of semicolon, only we are using the colon over here for with the if and with the for. But one thing is there, that is called the indentation. See this one, after the if the print has been started from here. You should understand this one. This is called the gap between this one, gap between this, it is called the indentation. Now if you are using the Python ideally, then you don't have to think about lot about the indentation. When after the colon, when you will give the enter, automatically the cursor will be placed over here, except for the else. In the else, what is going to be happen? In the else, it will not going able to manage that one. You have to give adjust the else by yourself. What will be the else? Else will be just under the if. Else will be just under the if. And after that, what will going to be happen? Obviously, the print will be there and it will be as usual. Now one thing, if you are not using the Python ideally, suppose you are using the notepad where you can write that one, then you have to manage the indentation by yourself. How we manage it? Indentation means one tab space. Indentation means it is one tab space. Fine. So it will be one tab space. You will give space press one tab. It will be the indentation. Now we will understand the elif. Elif means which is else if in Java and C++. So what will going to happen? I have declared three numbers. It is a very easy program. Accept the three numbers and then I will print the largest number. So what I have done, if num1 greater than num2 and this is the AND operator. What is AND operator? We have used in the C++ in a symbolic way, but here we are going to write AND, AND, or we are going to write or. So if num1 is greater than num2 and num1 greater than num3 colon, if, elif, everywhere we have to use this colon. No brace, no second brace, no semicolon, no first brace. Only the indentation and colon mainly is going to be used over there. Print number 1, elif, num2 greater than num1 and num2 greater than num3. Print num2. Elif, num3 greater than num1 and num3 greater than num2. Print num3. This is the else if or elif. Else if is going to be used as elif in the Python. Now we'll see the for. We know that one. What is a for? For is a loop. What is a loop? Loop means performing a particular work until the condition is fulfilled. Suppose if I come out from the computer terms, if anyone told you, your teacher, your father and mother told you, read 5 pages from page number 1 to 5. What you will going to do? You are going to read it. When the reading is going to be stopped? When it has been reached to the page number 5. Means the repetition is going on. Means you are doing the same work reading. When it will going to be stopped? Condition is fulfilled. In the computer also the same thing is going to be happen. A particular statement is going to repetitively executed until the condition is going to be fulfilled. That is called the loop. There will be different types of loop, for loop, while loop. We're going to see that one, different versions of the for loop. Now suppose the first line I have written for I in range. What is a range? Range is a function which is going to used with the for in the Python. We have not seen this one in the Java and the C++. So a range which is going to be used to determine the starting point and the end point. It will going to determine the start value and the end value of the for loop. So what I have written for I in range 6 colon, here also be colon will be used. Print I, indentation has been used over there. If you use the ideally, automatically it will take. If you are using the text editor, then you have to give the one tab space. See the output of the first two lines 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now from here what we are able to understand, by default the start value of the for will be 0. If you don't specify anything, the system will, the for loop will start from 0 and 0 to 6 it should be, but the last value is not going to be displayed. In the for loop, generally in the normal for loop, the for loops are there where the last value is going to be displayed, but in the Python in general, when you are using the range, what is going to be happen? The last value of the for loop is not going to be displayed over there. The second variation of the for, what I have done for j in range 1 to 5 colon, print j. What here what will going to be happen? Start value will be 1 because I have specified. It will go up to 4 and by default the step value will be 1. What will going to be happen? By default the step value will be 1. Fine. If you don't specify anything. The next one, what happens over there? For C in range 1 to 6, step value is 2. Here I have specified the step value. How much it will go? It will go up to 5 and incrementation, the step value will be 2, means it will increment it by 2. Today we are going to finish up to this. The students, those who have taken the computer science, it is my request that feel free to talk with me. If you are not able to understand anything, give a message in my personal WhatsApp. In the group you will see that one. It is there, personal WhatsApp, message me. I am going to give the reply, and if any other things is there, suppose you are not able to understand anything, don't be worried about that one. Don't be hesitate to let me know the things, and I will make the arrangement to make you understand the things and overcome the problem. Thank you very much.